Hey, welcome everyone. Let's play some Catan. So let's have a look at the board. We are third position. So the 5-6-9 here is, I think, a really solid spot. Another one could be the 5-8-10 over here. I like the production. And going to the 3-for-1 board. So what do we see more? I think these are the great spots. I think the 5-8-10 over here is a really solid spot. Especially if you can combine it with the 3-for-8. But I don't think that will be open. So unfortunately I don't think we could get this spot, because I do think brown takes this spot. However, if he takes the 3-8-10 over here, okay, so that's interesting, because now I think I can take the 8-5-10 over here and then either getting the 3-4-11 or the 8-4 or even the 8-5, which is, I think, a good spot. Yeah, I think the 8-5-10 here is the obvious choice. The other spots do have a really low production, except the 6-4-9, but you need the wheat, I think, to win. And we also need some ores. I'm definitely looking at these spots over here for my second settlement. But let's just do this. Also, getting on the sheep board I think is really nice. But if we don't get it, it's not the end of the world. So curious what red decides to do. We will definitely get an ore spot if we want to. And I think I will do that. I think we have the strongest setup for ore wheat sheep if blue doesn't get this spot over here. If he gets this spot though, oh okay, really interesting actually. So then you take the 6-4-9, right? Okay, so that's actually really bad for brown, I think. So now I have to make a decision. So I think blue takes the 6-3. Don't know what you are looking for wheat for sure, but you get either the 9-10-11 or the 4-5-11, I think you will take. So I definitely need some ore, I think, to win this game. We could start off 3-4-11 build to the 8-4, because I don't think blue or brown will take it. But we are really a bit dependent on the 10 rolling. However, I do think we can get good trades with red. So if we place it here with all the resources, with the 8-4 as a perfect settlement spot, I think. We are only lacking a bit of wheat though, so I'm thinking about the 3-4-11 build to the 8-4, or I could take the 8-4, the 8-5. And I do think this is too little ore to win the game. So yeah, let's do this. I do think the 8-4 will be open for us. So the only downside is we do have a little wheat production, which can be bad. And the other downside is we don't have access to a good board yet. So that's the downside, but I think it's still better than the 8-4 over here, because I think we can build to that. Hopefully quickly enough, so we are a bit dependent on the 5 and the 10 in the early game. So if I can, I will definitely trade with red a couple of... Okay, you take the 9-10-11, I can understand it, but you're lacking a bit of sheep now. So that makes us, I think, the perfect candidate to get large army as soon as we get to this one over here, the 8-4. So there is some quite amount of wood in the game. So I think I will trade with blue for a sheep if he wants to give me a wood. I would definitely do that. So brown does have good ore and wheat, but lacks sheep. And so does blue have, so really similar. So let's see if someone wants a sheep here, because we do produce a lot of sheep. Hopefully we'll get a wood or a wheat. Both is fine. Wow, so they all want to trade me. I think I will trade with red here. Because I think if I get other sheep, I will trade either with brown or blue. I don't want to give them an early development card. So that's why I trade with red. But if I have 2 sheep, I will definitely want to trade for a wheat. Okay, so now we do have the wheat already, which is really nice. So now I don't have to trade. Oh, and now you are giving away a wheat. It's also very interesting. Oh, no, that's not true. I'm a bit confused, of course. You have a lot of wheat, because a couple of 6s and a 5 rolled. But I don't need any wheat now. So if we can get to this one over here quickly, I think we are in a very strong position. Okay, so already having a city there. We do get another 5. So what do I do here? I could buy a development card here. I could also wait. So is there a chance I can get 7'd out? Yes, there is, because we're on 6 different numbers. So there's a pretty good chance we can get to 8 cards if no 7 rolls. And I don't want to get 7'd out here. So let's just buy 1 development card. Okay, we do get a victory point, which is not the best, I think. It's not bad though, but... Okay, the good part is I think you will steal from Brown, for sure, because he's in the lead. I think you'll put it on the 6 wheat here. I think that's the obvious block. It's not that strong a block for blue, but it is for brown. You could also block the 8 ore, or even the 10 brick, I could see, but I think the 6 wheat is so strong to block. Yeah. Okay. So the 5 does roll a couple of times, which is really nice for me. But we need some 4 and 10s too. Yeah, only the highest producing numbers are rolled. That's also very interesting. You don't see that very often. It is only 9 turns though, so maybe it's not that rare. So in the 8 it rolled 2 times already, so that's what you keep in mind. Because if you can't get quickly enough to this one over here, you miss out on a lot of ore. So that's the only downside where I was worried about. So another 6. So there will be a lot of wheat in the game, and that's beneficial for me because I need the wheat. So again, the 8 rolls. So maybe it was better for me to take the 8-4 or the 8-5 even. But the 8-5, yeah, I only have 3 different numbers, but the numbers that roll are very good. Wow, so another one. So you definitely need sheep. But I will do it for only 2 ore here. Because you do have a lot of ore in hand. I don't want you to get a development card that easy. So brown is definitely in the lead here. So if I get a sheep for 2 ore, I will do it, but otherwise I have to buy another development card, which is not that bad actually, because I do think we need some, no, definitely not 1 for 1, because you need the sheep badly. Okay, so we do get another victory point. So I think you now block the 6 wheat over here. Okay, so that's interesting, but I can understand the play, because you need to build some roads to win. Because you can't win anymore with 4 victory points, 2 cities, enlarged army. So we do get a 4 here, which is really nice. So now I will offer a sheep for a wood, if we can. I think we get the trade with blue, definitely. But do I want to give him sheep though? So let's try to do this, because I think the sheep is valuable here. And maybe blue wants to do this trade. So then I lower my price. But there's a chance now blue won't do it, but let's see. I think the sheep is very good for him. Yeah, he does this trade. But for me, it's fine, because now I do have a very strong settlement. Because now I have good ore, decent wheat, and good sheep. So every time 8 rolls. However, you might block the 8 now. But I do have 2 development cards, so maybe you're a bit worried and block the 6 wheat instead. I think I will do that as red, but I can understand you block the 8 ore. Because I am now, although the other players don't see it, I am in the lead. Yeah, so I predicted that correctly. So let's see. I think this is a strong settlement spot over here to get to the brick port every time of 4 rolls, but not that strong though. I think stronger here is to get to the 6, 11, 12. So if we can, we will definitely do it, because, well, blue does have some road material too. Oh wow. Okay, that's interesting. So don't mind that. It's actually pretty good mono, especially if you consider it's so early in the game. So now you want to build development cards, I think. Oh, okay, just go for the 4, 5, 11. Yeah, I can understand that play. So red might be in a good position too. Okay, so the 8 is really nice for us, of course. And another 8. So that's really nice. But we need some wheat though. So let's see if we can offer a sheep for a wheat. Because I know blue and brown want to have the sheep. Maybe blue doesn't want to have it anymore. Well, let's see. Yeah, he will do it, but it's a good trade for me as well, because wow, and another victory point. So of course it's good though, but if we want to get large arm, we need to pull some knights now. So brown will take this trade, I think. Okay, so he doesn't want to trade red, which I can understand. Wow, so very nice, this 8 over here. It will help us a lot. So the 8 keeps rolling now, which is really nice. But he does have only ore. I think he is like 8 ore, but you can't do anything with it. Yeah, if you can get to this 8 ore port, that's really nice for you. So 5? Okay, really nice. So if we can get another wheat, that would be amazing. But let's see if blue wants to give us a wheat. Maybe for a sheep. Because you don't produce any. Oh, just for ore. I will do that definitely. So now I have to make an important decision. Do I buy, or do I get a city here and getting tons of production? I do really want to do that, I think. Because, well, if I get 2 development cards here and you have 2 knights, you are a bit behind on production already. So I think I have to city the 8, 5, 10. And the reason I city the 8, 5, 10 here is because it's a lot more production. So normally you want to, well, city up the 8, but I think this is too little production to city up. Maybe as a second city, but not as for. So we see already it pays off hugely, because now if we roll 8 or 3, we already have a development card. And the 10 wood's also really nice, because if we roll a 4 here, we can build to this one, and then we are not dependent anymore on just the 5 wheat. But we have to keep in mind what blue wants to do here. The 9 didn't roll that much, so that's great for us. So he doesn't have, okay, but he does have the 10 here, the wood brick. So I think he can outpace us here, but maybe it's not his goal. You could also build just to the 510 because you already placed the road, so it's a less of an investment to build to the 510 here. And you block a settlement spot. Yeah, so that's really nice for me actually, because now I can build to the 6, 11, 12. If we roll 4, of course. Okay, so we roll a 9. I don't mind this because now we can't get 7th out anymore, which is really nice. And we don't get stolen from, although we are on 7 points already. Okay, again a 9, so that's not the best for us. But maybe blue wants to trade us an ore for a sheep. Okay, so no trades, unfortunately. Let's do this. Otherwise we are in a bad position, I think, though. Because then we are stuck at 7 cards. But maybe brown wants to do this. He needs a sheep, that's definitely. I think I will do this trade too, because we need to get some development cards, and now we get a knight. I think we will get a wood, definitely. Okay, so we do get some really nice rolls here. So although we helped brown to get to this one, I think it helps us even more, because if we can get, oh wow, so we do get a 4 here, it's really nice. So I'm debating, because I can build to this one, but we could also just build here. It's also a viable option, I think. So wheat for ore. If you can give me 2 ore, I will do it, because then we have another city. Wow, and he does that actually, so that's really surprising to me. Wow, we do get another 5, so huge turn coming up. So what do we want to do here?
Kun je even helpen?
Oh, ik zit wel midden in een potje nu.
Oh, ja, ik moet het dak op.
Oké, ja, maar ik had aan je collega wel verteld hoe die moest komen. Jullie kunnen er gewoon heen. So red wants to trade me for, okay, wood for ore and wheat I will do. So red does this trade. So really nice. So now we only need to...
Hé, dat is dat andere trappenhuis dus.
Ja, klopt. So now we only have to play 2 of our development cards and we win the game. So the good thing is here we can get close to top 50 now, I think. Or to top 40, I mean. And our goal is to get to top 20. And from then on we will see what will happen, because it will be very hard to climb up the ladder. But I think we are winning a lot of games recently. And I also hope, guys, that I enjoyed you and also that you learned something from it. And hopefully that you can get on a top position on Catan Universe as well, because that's the goal of the channel. To, on one hand, of course, playing the game, which I really enjoy, but also to give something to you guys. So I hope you appreciate it. So this was okay, so it didn't matter. So what I was thinking is just trading in 4 of my sheep for a wheat, because if he does have the mono here, with the sheep board, he could be in a winning position, because he can get longest road. And don't know what his other cards were, so I think it is too little though. But he could be on, like I said, so 8 or 9 points. And you don't want that to happen, because we have the win in hand, obviously. So I think what wins us the game is really good trades. And the 8 was really nice with the 5. That's my ore and wheat spots and sheep spot. So then you can quickly accelerate your game. So I hope you liked it, guys. And well, unfortunately, I had to cut some small elements of the video because there was some noise on the background. But I hope you still learned from it and enjoyed it. So let's do just randomly putting away our cards. And GG, guys. YouTube. Nadine, if you want to see more Catan content like this one. So GG, guys. So let's see what our rating is now. I think I've never had such a high ELO rating. So we are 3,165. So that's an insane amount. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. See you next time.